What's up, guys? I had the day off from work. I've been waiting to film this damn video for weeks now. It is a massive haul. What do I have? I don't have hauls like this very often. Payment plan's been paid off. It's time to get these guys in the collection. Look at the collection. Damn! Looking good. It's gonna look better after this haul. 7 Hot Toys. Let's do it. Alright, welcome to the video. So I rearranged these boxes, which I have not opened yet, based on where the figures inside will be going in the cases. So this one out here, near the door, is going out in the loft, so that's why it's out there. These 3 are going in this general vicinity here. These 2 are going in this general area here. And then this one's going over here. So let's go ahead, open the shipper boxes up, and I'll show you which figures I got. And then I'm gonna open up each figure, and I'm gonna show it to you out of box, and then I'm gonna show it to you in the collection where they're going in their new spots. So there you go, that's the video, let's do it. All right, the first figure you see is going to go right here, next to the Ben Affleck Batman and Christian Bale Batman, and the figure is, bam, the Robert Pattinson Batman. Let's go ahead and get him open and get him in his new home. All right, so here we have the Robert Pattinson Batman. Overall, I really like this figure. There's a couple things about it I don't really care for, but overall, it just looks great next to the Affleck and the Bale. Can't wait to get the Keaton. Got that one on pre-order. But as far as the figure goes, it looks really good. It's got removable mouth plates where you can give different expressions for Pattinson. The eyes do move. I'm gonna have to change the eyes because he looks very looks kind of crazy there with the eyes like that. Might have to have him looking down or something. The figure itself and the tailoring and everything looks really good. The things that bother me right off the bat is the fact that the head is magnetic and it's not always the tightest magnet. When I first got out of the box, the head was just kind of loose on the magnet, but after kind of like messing with it a little bit, it does have a stronger hold on the head. So it doesn't bother me that much because the magnet seems to be getting a little bit stronger based on how you position it. The other thing that kind of bothered me, which is not a big deal at all, and I'll explain why, is the cape itself that it came with out of the box. It is a wired cape, but the fabric itself kind of feels like almost like a shower curtain. It's very weird. It's like a very thin vinyl. But the good thing about that is if you don't like this cape, it actually comes with another cape. So you can swap the capes out. There's a more substantial cape that was in the box. I don't think I'm gonna swap them out. I'm just gonna kind of leave it as is. But I just think that they look really, really good together. Eventually, when I get the Keaton's gonna come with a big, huge gargoyle base. So I'm gonna have to do something different because right now I have the Christian Bale Bat Pod behind the Batman. It's kind of obscured. You can't even really see it right now. So although these 3 Batman look really good on this shelf, I'm gonna have to do something a little bit different with my display. And when that Keaton comes, also so you can see the Bat Pod because that's a badass Bat Pod. So there you go, there's the first figure. It's the Batman, Robert Pattinson, the Batman. I like the figure. Don't 100% love it, but I like it well enough to keep it in my collection. All right, the next figure you see is going to go on one of these shelves here, and I am going to have to do a little bit of rearranging because I don't think he's gonna fit if I put him on this shelf. So there's a big hint as to which figure it is. I don't think he's gonna fit if I just put him on this shelf because I have another one on the way as well from the same team. So a couple of these guys might have to go up here, and then that clone trooper might have to go up here. Anyway, let me do some rearranging so that I can fit, bam, Wrecker, Bad Batch Wrecker into the cabinet. Let's get him open, and I will rearrange these and I'll show you how he looks in his new home. All right, guys, rearranging is complete. I have the Phase 1 clone on the Attack of the Clones shelf. I think it looks great up there with Jango and Padme. I have Captain Rex and Captain Vaughn here on the shelf with Anakin. I'm gonna have to do something different when Obi-Wan shows up. I know he's arriving in a couple months. I have the Clone Wars Obi-Wan on the way, so gonna have to do something different, but at least for the time being, that's how it's gonna be. And then here we go. Oh, I love how the Wrecker looks. This looks so badass. He is big and freaking, he towers over Hunter there. But I really, really love how these two look together. I have Echo on the way. That's the third one that I was talking about. And then I have Tech on pre-order, so I'll have the 4 members of the Bad Batch, not including Crosshair, on this shelf. And I think that's going to look awesome. I wanted to display them initially with their head sculpts shown. Pretty soon, sooner than later, I'll probably put their helmets on, just so they can hold their bladed weapons as well. This Wrecker, he's big, and he is, man, he's a lot taller than Hunter, and they just look really, really good together. So there you go, figure number 2, Wrecker from the Bad Batch. Got 2 out of the 4 that I'm going to be collecting from that team. So very, very happy to get Wrecker with Hunter. And then this turned out really well as well, moving these figures around. So there you go, that's figure number 2. And that brings us to figure number 3. And I'm up here on the top of the Detolfs with all the big figures. Why am I up here? Because the thing that I'm going to be showing you next, the next figure in this 7-figure haul, figure number 3, he is going to be flying. So I don't know if he would fit in a regular Detolf shelf. So he's gonna go right back here. Let me go ahead and get him in there, and I will show you how he looks, because man, I'm very, very excited for this Tony Stark here. This is Tony Stark from Iron Man 1. This is the flight test Tony Stark. All right, there's the Iron Man in the gantry. One of my favorite pieces in my entire collection, still is, from Iron Man 2. And then this right here is so awesome. He's actually not as high up in the flight stand that I thought he was going to be. So he's actually not, he could probably fit in a Detolf shelf. But he just looks amazing. This is the Tony Stark. I should correct myself, it's not the flight test, it's called the mech test. Tony Stark from Iron Man 1. Really, really happy to have a Robert Downey Jr. figure from the first Iron Man. I would eventually like to get the Mark 1. I have the proof that Tony Stark has a heart there as well. I think that lights up. You just got to put a little battery in there. But I just really, really love this figure. I think it looks amazing. Some people have complained that he's too short. Robert Downey Jr. is not a very tall guy, so it might be true to scale. He might just be bigger when he's got a big-ass freaking Iron Man suit on. And this might be more his true height. But it also comes with this, I think he called it Dummy, the one with the fire extinguisher, when he was testing out the boots and the propulsion. I just really like this. I think it looks awesome. I think it's a great likeness to Robert Downey Jr. Very, very cool. Very happy to have this. And again, he's not too tall there on the flight stand, so might have to elevate him a little bit, put a little riser under the base, and I think that'll actually be pretty cool. He could be a lot higher and taller than where he is right now. So there you go. That's figure number 3 in this haul. It's the mech test Tony Stark. All right, guys, this next clip is going to be a twofer, and it starts with this shelf right here, and then it ends with this shelf right here. So what do we have going on here? We have a Justice League shelf, we have a Book of Boba Fett shelf, and there's already spots for the figures that I got, and those 2 figures are Justice League Cyborg and Book of Boba Fett. Let's open these 2 up, and I'll show you how they look and their new spots in the collection. Talk about completing shelves. These 2 figures complete these damn shelves better than anything that I've put in any of these Detolfs recently. This is the Book of Boba Fett. I love the way it looks. Love the new styling on the legs there with how the pants look in Book of Boba Fett versus how they looked in The Mandalorian. This just looks badass. It's got the gaffy stick. Love the way this looks and how it completes the shelf with Fennec and Cad Bane. To me, this shelf is now complete. I can't really think of anything else that I would want to put on this shelf. This is my Book of Boba Fett shelf. But very, very happy to pick up this Boba Fett. And then this right here. I took Batman out of the shelf so I can make that 3-figure Batman shelf. This was just Superman and Wonder Woman here for a while, but Cyborg really, really completes this shelf, and it really turns it from just Superman and Wonder Woman to Justice League. I look at the shelf now and I think Justice League. The Cyborg, surprisingly, had a lot more things, accessories, than I thought it was going to come with. It comes with extra hands. It comes with these little jets. You can see under his armpit there, it's like a little jet, like a little propulsion thing. And then there's one on his hip. And then there's, I don't think you can see him, but there's 2 on the back of his calves as well. He's got interchangeable arms. So I put that cannon on his right arm there. And then he also has like extra limbs that can extend from his back. I didn't put those on. And then he comes with like it looks like a shield that you can pop one of his hands off and then put the shield on. But a lot of accessories. I was not expecting that. I guess I didn't watch reviews that well. I knew I wanted the Cyborg. I knew it would definitely complete this shelf, and damn it, yes, it frickin' does. It looks awesome. Again, this is now a Justice League shelf, and I love it. It looks so badass. But very, very happy to get the Cyborg, and very, very happy to complete this Book of Boba Fett shelf. I frickin' love the way this looks. The only other thing that I would probably do different here is to put Fennec's helmet on, just to change it up. But man, that looks so badass. Very, very happy with these 2 shelves. So moving on to figure number 6 next. All right, we're over here in the land of Marvel. The figure that I got is not from Loki, even though I really love these 2 figures. The figure I got is from No Way Home. So you can see that in this shelf I have the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man and the Tom Holland Spider-Man. But you know who we're missing. It is Tobey Maguire. I got the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man called the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Spider-Man No Way Home. Very freaking excited to get this open and to put him on this shelf. So let's go ahead and do exactly that. Let's complete the Spider-Man. All right, so before I show you how awesome this Tobey Maguire looks on the shelf, this is now my 5th figure from No Way Home. I do have the Green Goblin. I have the Doc Ock. So if you missed either of those on previous videos, I got those 2. And then here we go, guys. This is frickin' amazing. When I first saw No Way Home in the theater, one of the very first things that I thought was, I would love to have Hot Toys figures of all 3 of the Spider-Man. And it happened. So this looks amazing. This is freaking awesome. I hate that it's down here on the bottom shelf, but it's just kind of how I have things situated right now. I have Star Wars on the left, I have DC right there, and then I have Marvel on the right. I'm going to change it, and then I have it going from top to bottom, kind of chronologically. So I just absolutely love this shelf, and it's just, that's the worst part about this shelf right here is its location. I want to move this more front and center because this looks amazing. There is the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, great head sculpt. There's Andrew Garfield, if you hadn't seen him before, and then there's the Tom Holland. I have them all with mask off. Eventually I'll swap them out, put masks on, but I just think this looks amazing. Absolutely freaking amazing. This right here is why I collect Hot Toys. I love it. This shelf looks amazing. No Way Home was a great movie. Loved it so much. And what better way to remember a movie that I liked so much than to have Hot Toys figures. So there you go, guys. There's my now completed Spider-Man shelf. Tobey, Andrew, and Tom. And then I got those 2 up there as well. I didn't get the Electro, and I did not get the second Green Goblin they did. I wanted more of a classic Green Goblin from the original Spider-Man movie versus the later look that he had. And this freaking Doc Ock is amazing. Just an awesome figure, so there you go. That is figure 6 of 7 in this haul. We have one more left. And for that last figure, let's go out to the loft. Out here in the loft, and as you can see, not a lot of Hot Toys in sight. I do have the Sideshow, Tauntaun, and Luke. And yes, I am getting over a little bit of a cold, as you can tell my voice. I'm filming this on a different day than the previous clips. But yeah, no Hot Toys out here. But that all changes with the final figure you are going to see in this haul, because I have this gorgeous mother effer out here in the loft. Look at this monstrosity right here. This, my friends, is Dead Strange from Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Holy shitski. That is all I can say. I knew this was going to be the place for it because I knew he had a big long wingspan here and he needed like a big wide shelf to be displayed. And up on top of my details, he would have blocked off some figures, or you wouldn't have seen some of the details in this ridiculous cape. But yeah, I reserved this space just for him in front of the Marvel sign there, and I just think it looks absolutely freaking mesmerizing. This figure is ridiculous. It's not perfect. There's a couple things I don't like about it, but good God, this thing is ridiculously detailed. The cape looks, if this is a cape, I don't even know what the freaking, wings? Cape? The cape looks insane. It's got these little skulls. You have to install these little skulls. It gave you, I think, 10 skulls to install. So I put those in the arms. You could see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 additional arms attached to this right here. So here's the first thing. First of all, it looks amazing. I mean, it looks insane. The sculpt is holy ass worthy. Oh my Lord, look at the teeth. This looks freaking ridiculous, but I love it. All right, so here's a couple things I don't like about it. Obviously, you can tell how much I like it and how well it displays. It's one of the best displaying Hot Toys figures in my collection, immediately. No doubt about it. One of the best displaying. Unfortunately, you know, if you're gonna have the cape, the arms, the things on his shoulders, he's kind of restricted as far as how he can be posed. These are additional pieces too. So let's talk about what I don't like. The first thing I don't like is that the fact that these arms and the things, the hands on his shoulders, that is all just frictioned on. It's just hanging on to him. I wish that it would attach via magnet, because it looks like it should. When you take this off and you see the arm piece, it looks like it's perfect to put a magnet there to attach to his back, but it doesn't work that way. It really just like hangs on him by those hands. So I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the way that they did that. I think it would have been a lot better if it was attached by magnet. The second thing I don't like, first of all, these things look awesome. These little skeleton heads and these pieces here, but they are attached, if you can see it, let's see if I can show you. See that plastic piece right there? That is how they're attached. And they're not like extremely durable on those. It's basically like a little ball peg at the end of that horseshoe plastic piece, and they just kind of sit on that little ball peg, and they're not extremely stable. But once you get it in a pose like I have here, it's not going anywhere. It looks awesome. It looks freaking gorgeous, but I just think that they could have done it a little bit differently. Upgraded a couple things, the way that it connected, the way that the arms connected. It would have been cool if this cape would have been able to not be a straight line at the top. See how it's a straight line? I wish that it kind of folded in the middle there, so it could kind of like be higher on each end, if that makes any sense. Again, it looks gorgeous. I love the way it looks. It's beautiful, but there's a couple little things that they could have done differently that would have made this a 10 out of 10. Right now, it's probably a solid 9 out of 10 in my book. So glad I purchased it. I think it looks beautiful. I was not sure how close they were gonna come to the prototype when they first showed pictures of this, and damn it, they freaking nailed it. So it looks great, but not perfect. So there you go. That is the final figure in this lot. Bam, there's the new loft. Lots of Star Wars vehicles, sail barge, more vehicles, Transformers corner, Batman on the top. There you go. 7 Hot Toys figures. Ridiculous. I don't recommend anyone watching this purchase 7 freaking Hot Toys figures at one time. Again, I'm not made of money. I had to pay a lot of these off, most of them, in fact, with payment plans. The payment plans tend to overlap, and then Hot Toys has this knack for releasing a bunch of figures all at the same time. So a lot of these shipped at the same time. That's really the only reason I have 7 damn figures in this lot, or in this haul. So we collect what we collect, and we love what we collect. And I love my frickin' display behind me. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're new to this channel, if you just, stop by to see what this dude was all about, frickin' getting 7 Hot Toys, you might want to subscribe. Got a lot more content. I'm a big toy collector, as you can see. So subscribe, have fun collecting. I will see you around the corner, and adios for now, my friends. Bye-bye.